Hi guys, welcome to Introduction to Data Science. Basically, this tutorial we just try to look more into data science. What is data science, and what do we need to learn data science? So basically, it's just an introduction to this whole thing of data science. I know it might sound crazy to a lot of people, so we just try to explain what it is before we start getting our hands dirty and doing the actual work. So, what is data science? I know data science, the definition is crazy. Almost everyone comes up with their own definition. Some will talk about manipulating, exploring data, and coming up with recommendations. Some come up with, oh, it's about data analysis and coming up with recommendation or improvements or answering questions to the data that you have, get information out of it, analyzing. So there are a lot of definitions out there. You won't find one definition that say data science is ABCD, ABCD. But for us to appreciate what data science is, we have to look at a number of disciplines that data science is involved with. I have this picture here. As you can see, data science has some parts from computer science or IT. Some of the things are from mathematics and statistics. Some are from machine learning, traditional research, and business domain. So from this picture, we can properly define what data science is according to the way, this is a Venn diagram, by the way. If you have some background mathematics, you should be able to know this. I think almost everyone should know this. So what does this mean? We have computer science. Computer science is composed of a lot of things. There's software development, there's IT security, there's database, ABCD, there's software engineering, a lot of things in computer science. So data science utilizes some of the things from computer science. We're talking about programming. As we go, we'll see how computer science contributes to data science. People are doing things in R programming, for example, Python, a lot of things that we get from computer science. At the same time, traditional data analysis, ABCD people heavily relied on statistics for their models, and how they can clean data, get information out of data. It was pure mathematics and statistics working on the data. So that's why even data science gets some of the things from mathematics and statistics. You know, those traditional research methods, data science also gets some of those things into data science. There's machine learning, predicting the future, looking at the data, the patterns of the data, predicting the future. I think, and machine learning is also a subset of artificial intelligence there. So some data science, some says, okay, it's a subset of artificial intelligence as well. So data science also gets some of the machine learning things from machine learning into data science. But all these things, whatever you're doing, if you don't have to have your business knowledge, I mean domain knowledge. For example, in health systems, for example, you work as a nurse. Okay, as a nurse, that's your business knowledge. You know everything what happens in nursing, so you have to utilize that knowledge with these other things like the mathematical, statistics, the computer science, the programming, be able to analyze the data, manipulate the data, visualize the data, all sorts of things that you can do with the data. So whether you're in computer science as well, that's your expertise, your domain knowledge, or maybe you're working as a security officer, a physical security officer. You have to use that domain knowledge to come up to analyze your data using all those tools from different disciplines. So basically, this summarizes what data science is. It's not just one definition that you can come up with, what is data science, but you can come up with a general one tackling all these disciplines into data science with your domain knowledge, your computer science, your machine learning, your statistics, your traditional research, ABCD. So basically, that's how I would define data science as well. So having defined what data science is in our terms, we need to know how to do the data analysis and analytics. You know, data analysis is the cleaning, manipulation of data, visualizing data, and data analysis is just part of the analytics. Okay, These two terms shouldn't confuse you. The analytics is the bigger picture, where you can use those Python programming languages, R, A, B, C, D, to translate the data, to make recommendations about the future, a lot of things that you can do with it. But while analysis is simply organizing the data, cleaning the data, manipulating the data, and getting information out of it, whether in a tabular form, ABCD, that's about analysis. So our goal in this series of tutorials, we'll start with analyzing the data. We have to analyze our data and come up with meaningful information, some tabulation, some visualization that we can see how or what information can we get out of the data, or what recommendations can we get out of the data, because everything is driven by data. I know a lot of people collect data. You go to the bank, they collect your phone number, they collect your address, they collect a lot of things. You go to a mobile money company, they also collect your data. You go to National Registration Bureau, they collect your data. But how are these people using this data? If they're just collecting, mining the data and not manipulating the data to see information that they can get from it, they're just wasting the time. So data analysis, data science is the biggest field right now that a lot of people trying to know what it is so that they can really utilize data. With the coming of the artificial intelligence, it's also a good part to do this, because you have to feed some systems, you have to feed them. It's called supervised learning, or other system unsupervised learning. They learn on their own depending on the data that you feed to the system. So data is very important. So we'll see how we can analyze our data slowly, then we'll move to other areas of data science. So what's our next step? Our next step, we have to introduce ourselves to Python. Python is a programming language. It's an open source, so you don't have to pay anything for Python. But why Python? Okay, why Python? It's an open sense, like I said. But the most important thing why we're choosing Python is it has a lot of libraries for data analysis, for data visualization, data manipulation. It has the libraries already set. All we have to do is reuse the libraries for our own good. So the first few courses, few tutorials will focus on Python, the basics of Python programming. We'll try to deal with variables, functions, classes, just to get to know the general Python basics before we move on to using Python for data analysis. All right, that's it for this session. I just want to introduce the topic to you guys, and you should know what to expect in the next few tutorials. All right, thank you guys. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel as well, if and Facebook, and rate me as well. Do your honest rating there. Don't make me feel good, but just do your honest rating. All right, see you in the next tutorial.